The data exists right now, stored on hard drives aboard a spacecraft millions of miles away, and it contains answers to questions we've been asking about Atlas for 5 months. JUICE captured it all in November, during the most critical period of Atlas's journey through our solar system, and we're waiting until February 18th to see what it found. Here's what makes this extraordinary. On October 29, 2025, Atlas reached perihelion at 202.9 million kilometers from the Sun, the moment when it experienced maximum solar heating and exhibited the massive non-gravitational acceleration that's been fueling debate about whether we're looking at natural outgassing or something else entirely. But from Earth, we couldn't see any of it because Atlas was positioned directly behind the Sun, hidden from every telescope on our planet. Except one spacecraft had a perfect view. ESA's Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, JUICE, was positioned exactly where it needed to be to observe Atlas during this hidden period. On November 4, 2025, JUICE made its closest approach to Atlas at just 66 million kilometers, which is dramatically closer than any Earth-based observation and way closer than the 170 million mile distance Earth will have during our December 19th closest approach. JUICE wasn't just taking snapshots either. It deployed 5 scientific instruments to capture comprehensive data during multiple observation runs. JANUS, JUICE's high-resolution optical camera, captured detailed images that will show Atlas's structure and morphology with clarity no Earth telescope can match at these distances. MAGIS and UVS collected spectrometry data, measuring the exact composition and velocities of the jets, which will definitively tell us whether we're looking at thermal sublimation speeds of a few hundred meters per second or propulsion exhaust velocities measured in kilometers per second. SWI gathered composition data on the gases being expelled, revealing the chemical signatures that distinguish natural ice sublimation from other processes, and PEP measured particle data, tracking the actual physical materials being ejected from Atlas during its most active phase. 5 instruments captured everything during Atlas's most active period, the period when it was hidden from Earth, the period when the non-gravitational acceleration reached its peak. That data is sitting on JUICE's hard drives right now, trickling toward Earth at an agonizingly slow rate because JUICE is currently using its main high-gain antenna as a heat shield to protect itself from solar radiation, leaving only its smaller medium-gain antenna to transmit data at a fraction of the normal speed. ESA gave us a taste of what's coming by releasing a preliminary image today, and here's the frustrating part. They've only downloaded 1/4 of a single navcam image so far, just a navigation camera snapshot, not even data from the main scientific instruments. That partial image shows a glowing coma surrounding Atlas with hints of 2 tails visible in the haze. And that's all we get until February. 1/4 of one preliminary image from the navigation camera, while the real scientific data sits locked on those hard drives, slowly transmitting across millions of miles of space. Mark your calendar, February 18th and 20th, 2026. That's when ESA releases the full dataset from all 5 instruments. High-resolution images from JANUS showing structural details, spectroscopy from MAGIS, and UVS revealing jet velocities and composition. SWI data on chemical signatures. PEP particle measurements. Everything JUICE observed during the period when Atlas was most active and most hidden from Earth. And here's the detail that really drives home how significant this visitor is. Atlas reaches Jupiter on March 16, 2026, just 1 month after the JUICE data drops. JUICE won't arrive at Jupiter until July 2031, 5 years later, despite both spacecraft being in the same region of space in November 2025. Atlas is traveling that much faster than human-made spacecraft, covering in months what takes our most advanced missions years to traverse. NASA was blind during perihelion. ESA saw everything. JUICE captured Atlas during its most critical phase with 5 scientific instruments at a distance closer than any Earth observation could achieve. The data exists right now, and in 75 days, we'll finally see what was happening behind the sun when Atlas accelerated and nobody from Earth could watch. This is the data we've been waiting for. The measurements that will settle questions about jet velocities, chemical composition, and whether the behavior we've been observing matches natural processes or something designed. JUICE saw Atlas at its most active period, and what's on those hard drives could change everything. Follow this channel because when that data drops on February 18th, you'll get the analysis first, breaking down exactly what those 5 instruments revealed and what it means for every theory we've been discussing about Atlas. The countdown starts now.